Hi little skeletons, it's Disney Queen Skelly here. My mom's asleep, hubby's asleep, and my dad's away. So let's make breakfast together. I'll show y'all what I'm making. So it's this little recipe that I used to have as a kid called soldier toast and eggs. So basically you boil eggs to soft boiled, and then you cut up some toast and you just kind of dip it in. So I got that, I got some avocados, some tomatoes. My dad already made some bacon, so I'm gonna steal some of that. Salt and pepper to taste. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is boil some water. So I'm gonna grab a tiny pot. Since it's just me, we're gonna do 2 eggs. Tiny pot was in the sink. I'm gonna wash her real quick. Alrighty, I went ahead and washed my pot. Ta-da! So what we're gonna do is fill her up with water and then start getting her to a boil. Now mind you, I have to get ready for work in like 40 minutes. Let's hope we can get this done in 40 minutes. All right, so while that's boiling or beginning to boil, I'm gonna start setting up everything. So first we're gonna take 2 slices of bread and toast it up. Now, normally I'd make some kind of iced coffee, but we don't have ice and I don't have cold coffee. Today is a coffee-free day. I'm gonna put this away. Okay, I went ahead and quickly washed the lid. Place that on top, it can boil faster. Because the eggs have got to sit in there for about 5 minutes and then we need to shock them in a water, like a cold bath. So we got the bacon, let's get a plate. Let's get a plate. I'm just gonna take a few strips of bacon. I'm not the biggest fan of bacon, but sometimes bacon in the morning is nice. Okay, so the next what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move you guys and then we're gonna chop up the avocado and then wash a couple of tomatoes for breakfast as well. Sorry this angle isn't exactly the best, but at least you can see everything. Let's start with the avocados. Use this one. I know this probably isn't the proper knife, but it's the knife we're using. So I personally cut off the end. Oof, beautiful. And then cut around the avocado. Twist. It still looks good. I'm gonna pop the center out. And then for me personally, I think what we're gonna do is scoop out the brown part here. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna make it like a little avocado dip. So let's get a little bowl. I'm just gonna squeeze that in there. And personally, this is getting eaten either way, so who cares if it's by spoon or by slice. Okay, that's one. Make sure no skin falls in. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this. It is already 11:30. Okay. Right. So for the avocado mixture, I'm just gonna give it a little salt and pepper. Mash and mix with a spoon. I don't know why, but I love the smell of pepper. Kind of brings me back to when I was a kid, because when I would go to my grandparents' place, they'd coat like everything in pepper, and the entire like house and kitchen smelled like it when it came to cooking, and I loved it. Perfect. I'm just gonna wash a couple of these for breakfast. Just gonna go ahead and put these on the plate. And now the water's boiling, so let's get to the fun part. And then I'm going to gently place 2 eggs in here using this. And very gently lower the egg in. Hopefully that didn't just break it. Because the last time I tried to use this pot and boil eggs, they broke upon contact. I was like, are you kidding me? Looks like these are fine. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Because if I do like 7 or anything like around 6 or 7, don't comment, it ends up becoming more jammy than it does like when you would do like fried eggs or something like that. Next, you're gonna wanna grab some kind of bowl and fill it with cold water and ice. Like I said, I don't have ice, so we're just gonna do cold water. I filled it pretty much all the way. So then basically what you're gonna do is grab like 2 paper towels and then grab a spoon, because that's where the fun is. But for now, we're gonna cut up the bread into soldier toast. I know this is not the right knife to cut bread with, but whatever. I don't feel like washing any more dishes. So you just wanna stack them on top of one another, then cut them into even strips. So as even as you can possibly get it. Depending on your bread, it should make about 8 strips, so 4 and 4 for 2. And you just, see, that's why they're called soldier toast. Alright, I'll be back in like a second for you. 2.5 minutes for me for the final portion, which is getting the eggs ready. See y'all in a sec. Alrighty, so basically, once the timer goes off, you want to turn your heat off immediately. Scoop out the eggs, and I have my little cold water bucket down here. Just put them in the cold bucket to stop them from cooking. And then obviously you're going to want to drain the water. Now, most of you might want to wait till your eggs are cool to the touch. I'm impatient. Not only that, but I didn't really lie about the paper towel, but like another way you could do it is just cracking it inside the water. If you want to dry them first, that's fine. But the reason why I like cracking them inside the water is because you can wash away any remaining shell that goes onto the egg itself. So, I'm gonna take your first egg. Grab a spoon, and you're going to want to hit along the center of the egg. Just lightly tap it like that until you see a break. And then just peel away. I know people have tips and tricks like, oh, was it like poke holes in them to make the peeling process easier, or soak them in vinegar or something, or I don't know. But this is how I've been doing it since I was a kid, ergo this is how I will continue to do it. For me, it ain't broke, so I ain't gonna fix it. And just be very careful, because if you've done this recipe correctly, the yolk is gonna be very, very runny in here, and you don't want to puncture the egg white. It should just slip right out. You just kind of dip it in there, the water, to give it a bit of a wash. And then have like a small bowl or something you just plop it into. I'm gonna do the same thing for egg number 2. See, like some of the egg white came off from me, but it's okay. Plop it in. Then just go ahead and drain the water and then toss out your eggshells unless you compost, in which case compost your eggshells. Then all you want to do is just season with your seasoning of choice. I'm just doing salt and pepper. So it should look something like this, and then you're going to take the same spoon, make sure it's free from any eggshells, unless you like your eggs crunchy. And then you're just going to squish, squish. Look at that. Hold on. A perfectly runny yolk. And all you're going to do is just mix this up to your preferred consistency of egg whites and egg yolks. Me personally, I like to make sure it's like really finely chopped. There we go. Cutting this while looking through the screen is like really challenging. There you go. However you want to do it. Alright, I have about 20 minutes to eat this. Let's just get straight into the taste test. So, start with a cherry tomato. Absolutely adore cherry tomatoes. Sorry, got up to turn the fan on because it's like really hot in California right now. Bacon. I know a lot of people don't like Dasani. That's fine. I like it. Mashed avocado. Perfectly ripe. And now, for the main event, toast. Then you just kind of scoop in the egg. Tastes like childhood. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have a childhood dish that you would make for breakfast, please let me know what it is in the comment section down below. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye, little skeletons. Please stay safe. I love you guys.